Yeah, I'm entering right now.
Let's go. Everybody, let's go on.
Welcome back. This is still Good People's TV, and I am Chike Right. Still bringing you Hituboma in focus with Mr. Obed Ajonama. Okay, so we've heard about your journey from being a farmer to a keke rider, Okada rider, Mazda, and Nissan Stanza. Tell me to avoid that car. And now we talked about your journey to Kuala Lumpur and back. Now, tell us about your journey to politics.
Well, honestly, I started noticing my calling.
So it is a calling.
Yes, it's a calling.
Why do you call it a calling?
Because of the passion I have to solve societal problems.
Passion.
The passion that, you see, one of the things that gives me happiness is when I am able to solve one problem or the other, bothering the people, or person, or persons. You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I do.
Like, I have this passion. I drive joy seeing a problem solved. I drive joy seeing a social problem solved, cause of problem that joy. So when I notice this, I know I have a very limited resources. You know, problems of the people
I know.
is so
I agree with you.
very, very, very.
Even the
very
human ones, they say it's insatiable. Yeah.
So, and you know, as an individual, I cannot do enough of what I desire to do. Honestly, okay? Not because I am pushing to be elected, not because I want to have a public office, I want to be elected or no. But even outside politics, I have this undiluted zeal for solving one problem or the other that borders on a person or people. I get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So when I notice that, because even out there in abroad, what I think about, I think more of the welfare of the people than the welfare of my family. Yes, that was how I knew it was a calling. Even when a man thinks more of how to solve people's problem, how to solve societal problem, you know, than how to solve his own personal and family problems, it's a calling. Okay?
Wow. Okay. So now let's talk about after the calling. How did you, what was the first thing you did in joining politics? What was the first
Okay.
thing?
I remember one of my brothers by name Mr. Israel Nwachukwu. I told him that I want to be involved in partisan politics because the only way you can be, elected in a political office is by belonging to one political party.
The other, yeah.
Okay. So he now said, I should come and join APC. I remember that was 2016. That's it. Hey, I called him there. So, you know how far APC has inflicted agony and pains on the people? How do you want me to join this party? Because they are the ruling party. I said, no. My concern is not belonging to the ruling party, but belonging to a party that will give me the avenue to touch lives. Okay? And I said, no, I wasn't going to join APC. Instead, I prefer to join PDP. Sadek, 2016. Remember, APC came in power in 2015.
I do.
So in 2016, I joined PDP. And I decided to take up the responsibility of the party from my ward, Awuchilimo ward, in the Itobo.
Okay.
I get what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
So I see that it's difficult for me to be convinced that this party called APC can provide a solution to the problem we are facing today in Nigeria, in Imo State, and especially in the Itobo. That was why I decided to join PDP.
Okay. So moving on, sir. After joining PDP, are there any political offices that
Okay.
you held?
Now, when I joined PDP, I started fighting from there. Okay? I started pushing from there. And I have a boss by name Right Honorable Jodas Okeke.
Okay.
Called him my boss because he was the first to visit me. And he was the first to tell me to support him. Okay? And I gave him my consent. Even when I traveled, I came back because of him. Because I decided to fight with him. I decided to work with him. I decided to also win or lose with him.
Okay.
Okay?
That's
And
all right.
he was the one who brought me to the limelight of politics. I wouldn't deny that. Okay? Very important. And then when the election of 2019 came and gone, PDP won the governorship position.
Yeah.
And Aras Honorable Meki Edo became the governor of the State.
Yeah.
And I mean, my boss, Right Honorable Jonas Okeke, is the one who ensured that I'll be one of the interim management committee, the IMC, in Itobo. So I became the IMC member representing the Awuchilimo ward.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and that was the only position I've held
In politics.
in politics.
Okay, I understand it's interim, but I believe that there are certain, powers that an interim committee wielded at the time. So is there any significant, thing that you did in the time of having that little, advantage to be in a political interim committee at the time?
Okay, at a point, I didn't want to take the position. I mean, I must be very honest with you. But I remember a verse in the Bible that says that we should not despise our
The
little
days of
beginning.
little beginning, yeah. I
That was why I took up the appointment. And as a member of IMC, I see it as an avenue to even reach more to the people of Awuchilimo, because I was then representing Awuchilimo ward. Okay?
Yeah.
And very phenomenal things I did that you cannot find around the Itobo.
Can you please name them?
Okay. As IMC member for 5 to 6 months,
Okay.
all right? I was the sponsor councillor for health.
Okay.
The first thing I did was to visit all the 19 health centers in Itobo.
19 of them.
Yes. To know how their supply services to the people. And I found that most of them are reluctant to even come to work.
Amazing.
Yes. And I met with my HOD and I said, what is happening? What is the essence of having a health center if a child, who gets ill, will be taken to that health center and nobody will be found there? And that is how we started rejuvenating the primary health system in Itobo. At a point, I used to visit them at 10, 11, 12 a.m. to make sure they are woke. Of course, if you go to your health center today in Itobom at 3 or 2 p.m., you notice that you won't see anybody there today. But during my time as World Council for Health, I make sure I inject some sort of deterrence, okay, to make sure that they are at their duty post at every given time.
That's amazing.
That's one thing. And two, because I was representing the Awochunum Award, I went into the nook and crannies of Awochunum Award and found out that some of our kids have first lost the zeal to go to school. I went to the head that I asked her, what's the problem? Why are our children not coming to school? She now told me that they don't have anything to, help the students in that school, like something that helps their leisure and emotion, like all these band or playing educational facilities.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I did was I called somebody from Aba. Please get me a standard and high quality school band. And the person at the end of the day, the back end, he hired a vehicle and brought a full set of school band for community primary school, okay?
Okay.
Like Peter would say, go and verify. I want people to go to Umawochi Community School and verify what I'm saying today. That we have an original set of Imperial school band. The same quality that some big private schools use in Abuja and Lagos. That is what we have in Umawochi Community School. Till tomorrow. And if you go there now, you find out that the students have doubled, even tripled. I don't want to exaggerate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important that you do
That is one.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell you how much it cost me, because whatever it cost me is not equivalent to what it has impacted in the lives of the kids of Awochunum. Okay?
So it's safe to say that you did this with your resource.
With my own personal phone. I never handled any contracts. At the time I was IMC member, I never handled any contracts. Whatever I did for Awochunum, I did it with my own personal phone. Because I see it as an avenue for service delivery and not extortion. Not to come and divert the public treasury. Okay? I see it as an avenue, as an opportunity to even extend my services. Because I really started when I was appointed. I had already started even before I was appointed as IMC member. And if you go to Itobom today, check the history of those who served as IMC members, you wouldn't see anyone who can beat this record. This is one. Two, I went around the hair center in Itobom. Especially, I am from Itobom. I'm from Awochunum Award in Itobom, okay? And charity, they say, begins at home. So, one thing I have in mind is to rejuvenate the hair center of Awochunum and then go around the Itobom. At the time we merged, we were lacking funds in the local government, okay? At the point, I am aware that there were some health facilities brought by Chico Carrefour into our government. Okay? And those health facilities are meant for health centers that are functioning and functional.
Okay.
And I wrote to the chairman and I said, please, I have a very mighty health center in our ward, but we are lacking facilities. Even some, we don't even have beds.
It was that bad?
Of course, very, very bad. And you see that some people from Umunumu, Umeze, excuse me, Ogwetere, Umawuchi, are coming there. So please, I am available, I am ready to sign, or I'll sign an undertaking that anything brought to this center, I'll be held responsible. Okay?
When that far?
Of course. And when that happened, okay, the chairman then, Barrister Moredo Hegre, sent some people to go to my health center and investigate. When they got there, they found out that we didn't have a burglary probe in that health center. We have very mighty health center that can be converted to resident hospital if we have
Missionary
a people's-oriented government.
Yeah.
A government that has the welfare of the people in their hearts. Go there, you will see. At the end of the day, the person he sent came back to her and now told her that Umawuchi Health Center does not have burglary proof. And if anything is allocated there, it could be stolen. Okay? So, okay, give me between 7 to 14 days to see to that. And that was how I contracted a welder to produce 34 protectors. 34. Both the bigger windows, normal windows, toilet windows, and nurses and doctors' quarters. Everything amounted to 34. Go there, you know what I'm saying. And I paid cash
With your funds?
with my own fund.
Okay.
Good. We're not far from Ehite Ward.
Yes, we are not.
And we're not also far from Awotuno Ward.
Yes.
I paid to produce those burglary proof. Upon completion of that burglary proof, the Supreme Court struck, we were out of the system. Okay? It will interest you to know that I was outside the system when I hired nurses and bought some bags of cement to get those protectors fixed. Go there today, those protectors are fixed. And that's what security we have in that multi-health center.
But then the facilities that are needed to make it work are not
No,
there.
it didn't come at the time I was sick.
Okay.
But it came later. It came later when APC had taken over the government. I get it.
Yes.
But one thing that beats my imagination is the reason why somebody would order the prominent materials, the prominent facilities in the health center being taken for personal use. Go there today. When I left, it was brought by the then chairman. And when you go there today, you find out that those are no longer there. Especially the big generator and the motorcycle that was brought there for the nurses. Okay? Now, I went there myself, even after we were struck out of the system. I went myself to ascertain how they are faring. And one of the nurses was crying that somebody came here and told them that they must go away, they must go out with the machine and the generator. Okay? And as I talk to you now, we do not know the whereabouts of that machine and generator.
All right, this is as quite saddening as that might be. But we'll get to more time to talk about that because of the time constraint. Now let's look at your manifestos. You're coming out as the House of Assembly representative of the People's Democratic Party, and you want the people to elect you. Before we get into that, we're going to go on a quick break and we will come back. You're going to tell us why the two people should choose Obed Ajor as the
Against
next
others.
Yes, against all others as the next House of Assembly member of the Itubama State constituency. Stay with us, and until then, don't go nowhere, okay? Bye for now.
Say bye. I need you to call in, people are waiting.
Bring them in now.
No, they're already in, but he need to, the host need to call them in.
He said, did you send me that Zoom link?
Yes, I did.
Send it to me right now.
And some of them might be asking you a question. Near one iPod. Connect your iPod.
Don't worry, I'll do that. I will do this. You will ask me the question I'm asking. He didn't send me the Zoom link, sir. He sent it to me immediately. He sent me the Zoom link immediately.
So now, I want to change back.
All right. No.
Let's go.
Welcome back, and this is still Good People's TV, and this is Stewardship. And Itubama in Focus with Obed Ajornama is the theme for today. And so far, it's been a beautiful ride of getting to know a whole lot of Mr. Obed Ajornama, finding out that his other name is Chinedu. Amazing. And also, we learned about his upbringing as a farmer, and as well as after graduation, in graduation, before graduation rather, when he did a whole lot to become the man he is today. So right now we're going to open up the lines of the Zoom link to see if anybody has a question to ask. Does anybody in the Zoom link have any question to ask? Please do that quickly before we get over to Mr. Obed Ajornama telling us why we should choose him as the next House of Assembly representative against all others. Please, those in the Zoom link, you have a couple of minutes to do that and we're waiting for the questions. Alright, so Mr. Obed, while we're waiting for those on the Zoom link to come up with your questions, tell us why the good people of Itubama should choose Obed Ajornama as the next House of Assembly representative.
Thank you, Mr. Bright. Well, Obed Ajornama may not be the most smartest, or the most intelligent, or the most educated, but the most passionate for service delivery. Passionate, yes, for service delivery. Okay? I've had a couple of statements by some other people, some contestants, some candidates. But I want to take it from me that if Itubama is looking for somebody who will work diligently and honestly for the welfare of the people, then the best bets, according to some people, is Obed. Okay?
Okay.
Now, and you know, most of the times we forget the practical deal of what we're going for and what we're talking about. We dwell most of the times on frivolities and trivialities. Okay? If, for instance, let me tell you what happened. Remember we were talking about what I did as
The IMC.
an IMC member.
Yeah.
A time came when a lady was delivered of 2 babies, okay, twins, at 1 a.m. midnight. The name of the husband is Emeka Ndubisi.
Wow, I like
It's
the
very
fact
known.
that you're making
What I'm telling you are facts. Okay? And I told them that at any given time, I have offered myself already to serve. So at any given time that you face difficulty, please do not hesitate to call on me. And at 1 a.m., I was called. There's somebody who was delivered of toys, and owing to the fact that we do not have some health facilities to manage that case, I was called around 1 a.m. and I came out. By 1 a.m., I came out alone. Okay? When I came out, we rushed the woman to Emma Akaro, and we got there. They said no, they couldn't handle the case. That thing was going so bad. And the woman was losing her consciousness. And that was how we traveled to Umaya immediately to FMC.
That night.
That night. When we go to FMC, I told the doctor, what do we do? Because when you look at the woman at that time, you will see the black eyes. I admit, her eyes were turned. And, you know, I am not a medical doctor. Okay?
Yes. Of course, but you should be able to know
like I
this.
tell, somebody was asking me, and I said, Obed was not trained to give injections and give paracetamol. But Obed was trained to provide hospitals and healthcare offices
Okay.
and to employ nurses and medical doctors.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when we go to FMC at that night, the doctor called me and asked me, is this your wife? I said, no. It's a wife to my brother. And please, whatever thing you could do to make sure that this woman is resuscitated, please do not hesitate. I made some deposit. I gave the husband some money. Okay? After some checkups, the doctor called me and said, we need blood now. And if we go to the blood bank to get a pint of blood, by the time that blood will be activated, the woman will die. And we need a blood from somebody who is breathing. This is a life story. Okay, I said, what do? We now started negotiating for her to get blood. We called on the husband, the doctor checked. I said, no, he couldn't donate. The other people who went there with us could not also. I asked the doctor, why not come and check if I could donate? Okay? The doctor came and checked me, and to the glory of God, I could be able to donate. And I had to lie down immediately, and the doctor sucked out a full pint of blood and transferred it immediately to the woman. And the woman got resuscitated. Today, that woman is alive. The twins are alive. In fact, I was called to be their godfather. I am their godfather. I didn't do it because of that was this happened in 2019, 2019. Okay? I didn't do it because of politics. I did it because I feel the pulse of the people. I know what we are passing through. Okay? And I am committed to giving my own efforts to ensure that we do not have problems in our society.
All right, thank you so much for that selfless act of service. Now, from what you said, you know the problems of the people. Please, kindly tell us, what are the dominant or the prominent problems of the Ituboma people, and how do you intend to tackle them?
One is our mindsets, our politics. Yes.
Mindset.
Our mindset of politics. We don't see politics as a medium where we serve or a medium for service delivery. We see politics as a way and a means of embezzlement of public funds. We see politics as a medium of enriching ourselves. We see politics as a medium of extortion. Do you get it, what I mean?
I do get you, sir.
Anytime we see politics as ways whereby we can deliver services and ameliorate the sufferings and pains of the people, then we start getting it right. And that is why the illiterate see people who is contesting as a public entity. Do you get it?
Yeah,
Because people go there and forget the reason why they are sent there. I don't know if that is what I
I do
mean.
get you, sir.
That if somebody can be elected, okay, without bargaining on how much to be paid to one or two persons or groups or leaders or, when that person gets there, he will concentrate on the reason why he is there. Because there are so many tasks on the person contesting. It's a big problem. In Ituboma today, you must be prepared to spend between 50 to 100 million for House of Assembly.
Wow.
Of course, yes. So, what are you going to do in the House of Assembly? If, for instance, you borrowed money, right? For instance, you got a loan from the bank to go to the House of Assembly. When you go there, what will be your first priority? I want to ask you.
It's like, you're the one talking. I'm the one asking the question.
So what I'm trying to say is, it is high time we stop over-evaluating House of Assembly. You get what I mean? Over-evaluating. We attach more value to House of Assembly. That as the candidates are expected to spend even more of their total salary for 4 years. Some are left with no option than to borrow. And when they borrow, factual. And that's why when I came out, I said, God, whatever I am going to spend for this election, I want to see it as a sacrifice for creating a new narrative.
Sacrifice
For creating a new narrative.
Wow.
In Ituboma, where an individual with ideas, but maybe without a kobo, can be elected to pilot that pace. That's when we know that we're getting it right.
That's number one, the mindset.
I know what I'm saying.
What's the
That's
next
mindset.
thing
And again, we do not look inwardly the problems of people. Listen, today, Ituboma is fast losing the dignity and status they have as the food basket of Imo State. Why? because of lack of attention of the government. It doesn't take much to revive and revamp those rice mills we have in Itobo. Rice mills in
You
Itobo.
mean to tell me that there is a rice?
Of course, we have
Itobo.
in Itobo. One of the basic revenue generation of Ebonyi State today is rice.
And Itobo has a rice.
Yeah, of course. Okay? And we have what it takes to produce the quantity of rice that will be sustainable for Imo State and even other states. But because of we lack the attention, we lack the inspiration of ensuring food sustainability in Imo State. And because the leaders have not thought towards that
Direction.
direction. That's why we are where we are today. Do you know we have industrial cluster in Itobo today? Do you know?
Please tell
Of course we have. I am not saying that as a house member, I am going to do all these things. No. But we must start from somewhere.
Yes.
I may not have the capacity to touch all these angles. I want to be very frank with you. And that's why I decided to be very honest and transparent with the Bloc Itobo. When I tell them this is what I'm going to do, that is what I'm going to do. But I'm sure that my input must be felt. And in Awosimo today, when you go to Awosimo today, you can count how 1 or 2, 3, 4 days I did as IMC member. Okay? And I pray that when I become the house member, after 10, 20 years, one can point out 1 or 2, 3 things and say, this is what Obed did when he was the house member of Itobo.
Oh wow, that is.
That's, gets the aggregate reason why Obed is the best candidate for Itobo.
Okay, so you mentioned the mindset as well as the restoration of the food basket of the glory of Itobo being the food basket of the state. So can you tell us, step-by-step procedures as a House of Assembly member, or what a House of Assembly member should do to ensure that the glory of Itobo as the food basket of Imo State should or can be restored?
Well, one, I intend to train at least 2, each from the 2 communities we have today.
2 from each 22 communities.
Yes, at least every 6 months. At least every 6 months. 2 each from the 2 communities in various agricultural sectors. This is one.
Okay, I heard that. Please make sure you are taking notes of this.
Of course, yes.
Because we want situation where
And
in time to come we can tell you this is what you said,
what I said.
and what you say.
Listen.
Why are you not doing, or why are you falling behind? So please, those on the Zoom link, to pay attention to this. If you still have questions, feel free to ask me and we'll ask him. He's hearing you, okay?
For people who know me so well, they know that once I said something, I go extra mile to ensure that it is true. Okay? I've not been to the house before, and I do not know the totality of what is agreeable from that office. But I am going to engage myself more in private public partnership to ensure that these things are in place. Okay? If a house member concentrates on his salary, he can do nothing. But you can use the contact of your office to do so many things.
Okay.
There are highly spirited men and women of Itoba who are anxious and zealous to help their people. They do not know who to trust. Okay?
At your good office, you can get
Of
that
course.
trust.
If they are convinced that they can trust the office of the House member, through that office, they can do so many things for you to go.
Okay, so let's get back to the part where you say you're going to train two persons in various agricultural
Sectors.
sectors to ensure that we get Ituboma working as the food basket of Imo State. So tell us more about that. Please.
Two, at the end of my tenure, at least 2 rice mills, at least 2 rice mills will be functioning and functional. in
Functioning
Itobo.
and functional. Okay?
I am committed to doing that. Even if it means going extra miles to ensure that these things I've said today come to
Fruition,
stay,
yeah.
then I'll do it.
Okay, sir. Now I understand that apart from the rice mills, are there other, agricultural produces that Ituboma is known for that you can also invest in human capital and as well as bringing investors to help move those things up?
Of course, yes. But there are 2 paramount things we must look into first. You cannot talk about bringing investors who are 100% aware that we have a total collapse of security network.
Okay?
I get it.
Okay?
We have to start by engaging in rearrangement of our security architecture. And issues with security are not things we discuss publicly.
Of course.
We have a blueprint. We came prepared. Okay? And once we're elected, we try our best with the help of our brothers. With the help of our brothers, because a House member alone may not have all it takes to do all these things, to put all these things in place. We will tell them what we have. Put on the table, look at the problems we have. And if we follow this way, this issue of insecurity will be a history.
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm saying. So when an investor is pleased assured of his security, then he can come and invest. We have some other agricultural sectors. In the time past, Itobo used to be the cassava lord.
Yeah, I wanted you to talk about
Of
that.
course, yes. Go on, our mothers and in fact our parents no longer feel safe going to the farm because of insecurity. Okay? You know many death records
Yeah, because that
that had happened in the farms.
Yes.
So if you hear that your neighbor, for instance, was killed in his farm, would you have the strength and the conviction of going to the farm again?
No, you will not.
These are salient issues we must first tackle. Once we tackle the issue of insecurity, okay, and then invest more in power, then I tell you some other things will take care of itself.
All right, so we have somebody that wishes to ask a question. Please state your name and state your community, your word, where you're from in Ituboma, and your question, please. Quick one. You have 1 minute.
Okay, I'm Emmanuel Iko, my name, from Umawochi.
Emmanuel Corey, thank you so much for joining.
My question is,
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Thank you. So my question is, I want to know what are your strategies and what do you have in mind for we, the youth especially, because I like in a situation whereby the youth, all this while all the previous government, they have not been carrying the youth along. So I want to know your end. What do you have in stock for me, the youth especially? That's my question. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Emmanuel. We hear you loud and clear. So, Mr. Obed, John, I'm sure you had that question.
Thank you very much, my brother Emmanuel Okore. Well, we have it in our blueprint to have at least biannual to my youth. Where all the problems facing the youth will be made bare. We'll discuss on it and provide solutions. Of course, we cannot say that the House member is going to take care of all the problems of the youth of Ethiopia. It's a lie. Okay? But once these issues are brought together, discussed together, solutions will be provided.
So
And that's what we intend to do.
We're going to have them come together.
Of course, biannually, every 6 months, all the youth of Ethiopia will come together and discuss on issues bothering them and bothering the local government.
Okay, now there is something else I would like to ask you. Please, sir, I hope you will have a fully functional I hope you will have a fully functional constituency office in YouTube.
Of course.
And also, YouTube as a local government, why is it that YouTube does not have a bank? Correct me if I'm wrong. There is a bank that came in yesterday now. Is there any particular reason why YouTube as a local government does not have a bank?
Well, owing to the weights of the businesses going on in Ethiopia, I feel that Ethiopia is right for having a bank.
Okay.
Okay? But what I do not know is the reason why we do not have one as of today. Okay? I will not promise here now that I'm going to bring a bank until I go further to no reason why the bank is not operational in Ethiopia. I know, but I will assure the people of Ethiopia that if there is anything a house member can do to ensure the existence or the presence of bank in Ethiopia, Obed will be the first house member to engage in it.
Because you see, you cannot have growth without an avenue of resource security.
Yes.
Because it will not be nice that people that are operating or having their means of livelihood or having their major business in Ethiopia have to go to the neighboring local governments to keep their money. That transit from that place of business to where they're taking their money is a risk. Anything can happen within those.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so if there is a bank in Ethiopia, it will even drive people to want to do more to ensure that they grow in their spheres of business and spheres of expertise. To ensure that I can grow my business and as well as store my money in this place.
Okay. Thank you very much. You see, there is one biblical verse that says that you should seek first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added unto you. Right? If, for instance, you are a bank manager,
Bluetooth AUX mode. FM
are you with me?
Bluetooth mode.
If you're a bank manager, for instance, and you know a particular vicinity that is characterized by high rates of insecurity, where robbers come, rob, go scot-free, no trace, no investigation. And you as a bank manager, you are asked to come and establish a bank there. Would you want to do that?
Maybe she's in a better position to answer.
Listen, when we talk about security, the advantages of good security architecture is enormous, or rather are enormous. Okay? You cannot invest in an unsecured environment. That's one thing we must understand. Before, when you go to Hitubonga at 10, 11 o'clock, you see that some businesses are going on. Okada riders are available. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You can buy bread even at 12. You can buy bread if you are coming in, for instance, for Christmas or anything. When you get to Ishimeke at 11, 12, you see a shop that you can buy bread from. But today, go to Ishimeke by 7, 8 o'clock. You see that? If you see few people, you are lucky. What's the problem? It's security. Once the issue of insecurity is well tackled, every other thing will align. That's what I'm trying to let you know.
Okay, I would have tried to push further for you to tell us what significant milestones you're going to take, or you're going to do rather to tackle insecurity. But you said issues of insecurity and security or provision is not what you
Discuss
want to
publicly.
decide. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll be taking one more question, and in the absence of that, Mr. Obed Adjonama, please, how can the Hitubama people reach you? Because we get a situation where these people that we vote are inaccessible. How can people of the Hitubama get access to you, talk to you? Please, you can tell us your social media handles, or if there is any phone number that you know of pressing, or if it is your direct phone number you want to give out, that people of the Hitubama can ask you or talk to you directly about their needs. Please tell us how the Hitubama people can reach you.
Well, I must tell you, my friend, that people say I am naturally accessible.
Okay?
Since my university days, I've always had one phone number. One phone number.
Up to date.
Up to date, yes. I've never changed,
And you will not change when you get
and
to
I will not change. So I have a phone number from where people can reach me. And there will be a functioning and functional constituency office at Isuweke, where you will submit your complaints and any sort of issues. Okay? You can come and tell us what you're passing through, the problem, but bear in mind that the house member is not a messiah that will solve all the problems. But at least we are sure that we are committed to solving the problem of the greater majority of the people of the world. So if we have a number that is functioning and functional, we have an office that is always.
I'm rolling. Go.
Okay, speak. Still on scene 102. See you on Mom Eunice, see you on Annabelle. Take one.
Action.
Mama, mama. Hello. Mama. Ụtụtụ ọma nwa m. Enebe. Ndị ọmụma. Olee otu? Nne m. Olee nke nọ n'ọkụ? Mana nwa m nwoke agụkwana n'ụlọ na-abịa. Ọma na m na-abịa nne. Akpọrọ m ya nnya. Otu o si wee zaa m na ekwentị. Ọta eme obi nne. Nsịkwa ka m bịa.
Who they talk there? Wait. Oga say continue.
Noise.
Okay.
Action.
Akpọrọ m ya n'ekwentị. Otu o si wee zaa, ọ dịghị m obi mma nna. Isikwa ka m bịa, amakwa m udo ọ dị.
Ezigbo udo dị, mgbado udo dị.
Ọ ị na-agwa m nna.
Ezigbo mmadụ. Igwe na ọsị ka ị bịa mara ma ọ dịkwa mma. Ịkwa na ezigbo mmadụ.
Ahụkwana m ya, ndakwa n'ebe ọ
Hey, you put this spec again. Action.
nne m. Ndakwa n'ebe ọ na-ahụghị m.
Ọ na ọ gbapụrụ ụlọ nke ntakịrị m ya ya gaa na isi ụlọ. Ọ na
Nne m, ihe dapụtara dịkwa n'aka.
ihe dị mma. Ihe dị mma.
Nsogbu ahụ, obi alọpụla m. Ugbu a anyị ji enwe ihe dị mma. Na ihe dị mma na-adị anyị mma.
Iwe ezigbo mmadụ. Iwe ezigbo mmadụ nwa m. Isi nnọọ ka ị bịa mara ma ọ dịkwa mma. Ọ na-aza ihe.
Nna m nọ nga nne m. Asịkwana m, mgbe ọ nọdụ ka ịkpọkwanụ m. Kpọọ m n'ekwentị nne m, aga m asa gị.
Nne m ihe
Kpọọ m
niile.
n'ọma.
Ihe niile ndị a. Nwa m.
Biko, ma bụpụ ọma gị. Enwekwana ike hazie m ụmụazị ahụ.
Ijikwa ya ekwu, ijikwa ya ekwu. Egwu m. Nnọọ nwa m. Ka m gaa na isi ụlọ.
Nne m, ọ bụkwala ka o si ekwu. Nne m chekwa ihe 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 haziri ụbọchị ahụ. Hei! Ọfaka. Akpụ na ofe. Ayaya.
Ana m abịa.
Nne m,
Ịma
biko,
ịma
akpụ
ka
na ofe ahụ. Bịa nụ nke ọma.
Nne
Nneọma m, nwaanyị dị mma. Kao, bekee oyi nne m. Nne ga-asara m ụmụmara arụ. Sapụta ha, ha ọghọ mmadụ. Kpasịsịa ha ọkpụkpụ.
Thank you.
Thank you. No. Ebe ahụ ọkụ ọtọ, ha nọ level ground, they are not seeing anything.
How am I?
Mgbe ahụ ọ sị na ha ya akụ ọtọọla. From your last time, Daddy.
See you now. Why do we see you now?
Well, let's go pick up shot.
I'm rolling now.
Speed.
No noise.
Pick up shot.
Not me. Action.
A na-asọ njiri a na-asọ onye mkpagide na-akpa onye na-ahịa ihe na-agba nwa m hapụ level ọ maka chefuji onye ga ejikọla ihe na-ekwu nwa igbo nwaanyị ọ ga-ekpọkwanụ gị ihe ego ga-ezuru gị uche anọ na gwa m ego ga-ezuru gị ihe niile chọrọ ime mana ebu m n'oge
All right, pick up from TTH. Let's go from TTH after the lesson. Because let's go ahead from TTH.
Awesome.
Project.
Wow! Ụtụtụ echi ọ bụrụ na oge agaghị aga m ka anyị jiri ike jee kpọga n'oge Go, action.
And
Action.
onye na-abụ ije ụfọdụ eje a ga-afịa ya eje ihe ọnọrọ ndị mmụọ a na-ekwu okwu gị na-ekwu ịkakwu na-ekwu ụgbọ ndị spongo gị na
Thank you.